What's going on, BFL fam? I'm Carlos. This is Steven.
How's it going, everyone?
Welcome back to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Today we have a fragrance from the house of Tom Ford in the private blend collection called Tuscan Leather Intense. Keep it right there. We'll tell you all about it.
Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover.
Thank you all for tuning in today. As always, we really do appreciate it. Today is no different. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. How are you, Carlos?
I'm doing well. We had a great day in the sun with the family.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
I'll post about that. I'll make a vlog on that zoo day with the Gavrelatos. And yeah. But today we're talking about Tom Ford's latest flanker to his Tuscan Leather, a very famous fragrance of his that we all have come to love.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Tuscan Leather Intense. This was given to me by a new friend at the Saks Fifth Avenue on the new beauty level that they have.
Yes.
They have a huge Tom Ford room. Many houses have rooms there. If you're in New York City, you must stop by Saks Fifth Avenue. That's really the new mega it place for department stores in New York City. She gave it to me, and I will leave her information down below if you'd like to purchase this from her. Let me put a picture of what the bottle looks like. We just have the original Tuscan Leather for reference. Here is what the Tuscan Leather Intense bottle looks like. So it's in that higher tier of the higher tier. It's the gold plaque bottle. It's $320. And it's 50 ml, but it's a little more embellished. I bought one of the first ones that came out in that series, the Neroli Portofino Forte.
Right, I remember that, yeah.
Which, to this day, I don't regret buying it. You know, I enjoy that one.
You've been using it a lot?
Yeah.
Cool.
So this one is supposed to be an intense version of Tuscan Leather.
Yeah, I think with a name like Intense, and of course leather's in the name as well, people expect that leather note to be amplified. In the case of this one, I don't feel as though the leather was amplified. I don't find it to be more aggressive, but I feel like some of the other, like you said, the more earthing nuances are kind of amplified, and they're toned up a little bit. And I actually do enjoy it, but now it's a debating factor of, well, do I buy the original, or do I buy the Intense version,
which you own?
Yeah, and it's a lot more expensive, right?
The new one is $320.
Wow.
Well, this is $2 something now. It's not cheap anymore. When I first bought my first private blend, it was $160 back in the day, just like we're Bois 1920s. Everything's skyrocketed
as well. Yeah.
I respectfully have to disagree with you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
For me, on skin, more so than test strips, this opens up very aggressively on my skin. It's musky. It's a little dirty. It's slightly animalic. Not in a bad way where you're like, oh, your wife said, oh, but I don't think, I enjoyed it. It was different. I don't get the raspberry note that I love, which I don't really get from this, but it's there. It's just so perfectly blended. To me, the original smells like the inside of a brand new luxury car.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I get from it. The raspberry is there, but I don't really discern it as much as everybody else does. Here, I don't get none of that until the dry down.
Gotcha.
So to me, it opens for the first hour aggressively. It is a rough kind of leather. And then in the far dry down is when I smell this guy a little bit, but not quite as sweet. And not leathery. It goes like from a rough leather to a luxurious suede in the dry down. That smells like this.
Gotcha. That's a really good explanation. The best way that I can explain it or describe it is that I feel like the leather nuance in the Intense version is diminished a little bit, while some of the other factors in the base have been amplified. So the way that I described it to Carlos off camera is I told him, imagine Gucci Guilty Oud, that sort of rose plum kind of a vibe, included in the Intense version. Mm-hmm. So it's like 70% Tuscan Leather, 30% Gucci Guilty Oud, which I actually seem to really enjoy. But there's something about Tuscan Leather, like that leather nuance that's also found in Godolphin and Duetto Parfum and all these other fragrances that I really enjoy. So it's like you're compromising that for a little extra juiciness that's not on account of the raspberry.
And also, piggybacking off of what you're saying.
Yeah.
On paper, it smells more like this, which is how you guys all tested it. I have it on my skin, and tell me if you. Well, let's dry down now, so it smells close. It smells like a suede version of this. On the test strips, it smells more fruity, like it's amped, but on the skin, it just doesn't come off that way, or at least my skin.
Yeah.
And I think we sort of agree here. We're not in full 100% agreement here, which is okay. We agree to disagree, but we do agree that we don't like it better than the original. So
I love my original too. I don't know if it's for sentimental reasons, but the first 4 Tom Ford private blends that I picked up, Noir de Noir, Tuscan Leather, Oud Wood, and Tobacco Vanille. And so I still hold them in very high regard, very fond regard. And so I like the original. I'm going to keep wearing the original. There's just something about it that's never replicated. But yeah, that's how it is.
that being said, a little Tom Ford-ism that I can give you that kind of correlates to this. If you liked Oud Wood, if you didn't like Oud Wood, but you like Oud Wood Intense, that's kind of what's going on here. It's kind of the same, but it's kind of not.
Yeah.
If you find Tuscan Leather Original too linear and it doesn't have much movement for you, or it was too clean, you want a dirtier version, then this would be for you. You're going to pay $100 more, but it's not a stinker, but I don't like it better than the original.
I think if you smell it in the air, you're going to have a hard time telling the difference. And I think for somebody who's just getting into the Tuscan Leather line, they might enjoy this one over the original. But if somebody has been wearing the original for years and they smell this one, I think it might be a little bit too much of a deviation for them to fully enjoy it. It still has that Tuscan Leather DNA in it, no doubt, but I do prefer the original over this one. Final
And
verdict.
with that, I agree with you. So thank you, sir, for your thoughts.
welcome.
Always
Yeah, my
appreciate it, and they definitely appreciate it as well. I will give away the rest of the sample. You'll have about 3 mils, maybe 4, because it was a very generous sample. 1 lucky subscriber. This one is US only. I'm sorry, guys. I've been having a round of Canada winners, and I'm so happy for you, and I so appreciate your viewership and subs, but
it's costly.
it's costly. So this time around, it's going to be US only, okay? So, to win that 3 mil sprayer, which I will put in a proper sprayer, not the one that we had. Oh, Lord help me. 1 lucky subscriber. All you have to do is subscribe to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Subscribe to Mr. Red Lessons.
Thank you.
Like this video, then leave 1 comment down below with what you enjoyed most about this video today, or how you feel about Tuscan Leather versus Tuscan Leather Intense. If you're new to this channel, please do consider subscribing. If you've been a subscriber, click on the bell icon, which is not really up here. It's down there, isn't it?
I think it is, right next to the
For years,
subscribe button.
I'm just used to going like this, so find that bell icon and click on it. If you haven't subscribed, click on the bell icon to miss notifications on new reviews, new content giveaways, and all the fragrance fun that is happening right here at BFL. This is 1 bottle. I bought my bottle as well. We should have had 2 to show the love for the original.
Yeah.
But it's in the bag. We figured one will do. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.